everyone! So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my current foundation and concealer routine. I've been loving this foundation since I bought it, and this concealer. I'm just super in love, and I just wanted to show you guys how I apply my foundation and my concealer. In this video I am going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation and this L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Concealer. These two have been my favorite combo for the past week. I love it. So yeah, if you guys want to see my foundation and concealer routine, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so before you start any kind of foundation routine, you always want to start with your moisturizer. And my favorite moisturizer is the Mary Kay Age Fighting Moisturizer. I have been using this for months now, and I really enjoy it. It just soaks up right into your skin. And what a moisturizer is going to do is just help prep your skin for the base of your foundation. I love it because I don't really have dry skin, but after I wash my face is like really dry and stretchy, and after I apply my moisturizer it's nice and smooth and soft. So this is what you're gonna do first. Okay, so after the foundation, I always wait like just a couple minutes so I can let it sink in. And then I go ahead with a primer. You can use any kind of primer that you want. They prime your face before foundation so your foundation can last longer. And in other cases, it can help mattify your face. Or if you use a moisturizing primer, it'll help add a dewy finish. So it really just depends on what you want. Me personally, I love the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I mean, it doesn't really erase pores, but it does help blur my pores a little bit, and it doesn't really make my T-zone any more oily than it should. So that's why I'm just gonna take this and put some on my nose, and then in my forehead a little bit, and then under my eyes, under my chin. So the foundation I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. This is in the shade 105 Natural Beige, and for that, to apply that today, I'm going to be using my F80 Kabuki brush from Sigma. I have used this one, and then I have also used the Morphe G6 brush, but for today this one's really dirty. I was actually going to use this one, but it's too dirty, so I'm going to be using the Sigma one. First, I'm gonna shake this. I feel like sometimes if you don't shake it, it kind of has like liquidy stuff at first, so really shake it up. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put a little bit on the palm of my hand. Something like that. And we're gonna start patting this in the face. This is my favorite way of applying my foundation because I get more coverage. And I feel like when I pat it, like I get more product in the face, so it lasts longer. It really does. I find that when I use my Real Techniques sponge, my foundation doesn't last that long because I guess the sponge shears it out a lot unless you like double layer it. So patting it with a brush is definitely the best way to go if you want more coverage and you want your foundation to last longer. So I'm just patting this. If you're a person that has really problematic skin, or you have like a lot of pimples or acne, one thing you want to do is correct first, which means you just take your favorite concealer and you put it on the spots that need like more correcting. But obviously I don't really need to do that, so I ain't gonna. And you don't have to apply foundation under your eyes if you don't want to, but I love to do it because the concealer that I'm using applies way better and lasts way longer if I apply my foundation under my eyes first. So this is why I'm doing this. And of course, you always want to bring your foundation down to your neck, at least till here. That way you can't tell the difference. You never want to stop like right here because you will see like the layer here and it'll probably look like you have some kind of mask on. So always bring it below your neck. My favorite concealer that I've been using nonstop since I bought it is this L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Concealer. This one is in the shade Light. And like I said earlier, I feel like this concealer lasts longer if you put it on top of your foundation. There was a day that I just put my foundation on and I didn't put foundation under here because a lot of times I don't do that. But I realized when I put this concealer on, like, it creased up faster and it didn't last as long. So I feel like put your foundation on first, put it under your eyes, and then put this concealer on top. It'll last way longer and it'll look so much better. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of this definitely goes a long way. So you do not need a lot. And then I'm gonna be putting it under my eyes in a V shape. And you always want to bring your concealer all the way into your inner corner and bring it down the side of your nose. And once you hit right here, you just go up into a triangle motion. And then whatever's left on my fingers, I'm just going to bring them down my nose, my cupid's bow, and under my chin. And first I'm just going to blend it out a little bit with my fingers. And I like to take my concealer all the way back, just because that's my personal preference. This concealer is pretty thick, so I feel like the best way to apply it is with my Real Technique sponge. If you have a beauty blender or whatever, use that. Because it shears it out a little bit so it doesn't cake up under your eyes. So I've tried it with the brush, but yeah, I don't know, it looked more streaky and it looked a little bit cakey. Or maybe I put too much. Maybe you just don't have to put that much either. Like I'm telling you, a little bit goes a long way. So yeah, if you don't have a sponge, you can just use a brush. Just make sure you don't overdo your concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to be setting my under eyes. If you're a person that has like a lot of creasing under your eyes and you feel like right after you apply your concealer, like it starts to crease up right away, I feel like a really good thing that I've been doing lately is just take your sponge or take your finger and just dab it around. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be doing this here. So what I'm going to do is just take my brush and my powder and then just set my concealer right away. That way you kind of don't give it a chance to crease up as much. I mean, if you have a lot of wrinkles under there, obviously it's probably going to crease up a little bit anyway. This really helps it not crease up as much. So I'm just going to pat it, get rid of any wrinkles, and then I'm going to set it.
Bye.
And then me, since I have a super oily T-zone, I'm going to be setting it pretty good here. Even if you don't have an oily T-zone, you always want to set your concealer because it will move during the day and nobody wants that, right? Normally, depending on the foundation that I use, if I use more of a dewy foundation, I like to set my whole face, but this foundation is pretty good at just keeping itself in place. I don't have a super oily face, so for me, I'm not going to be setting my whole face, but if you're a person that has like really oily skin, you might want to set your face. If I was going to set my face, I'd use my Fit Me powder, and this one is in the shade Buff Beige. If I was setting my face, this is what I would use. So yeah, this is what it looks like after I applied my concealer. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the face, and then I'll be back to wrap up this video. Okay guys, so this is what my face looks like once I'm done applying everything else: blush, bronzer, highlights. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys learned something. Please leave any suggestions down below of any future videos you guys might like to see. Remember that I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on my next video.
Bye.
Bye.